What's up guys, Shane here with Michelle Wاترسون. We're here at her home gym in Albuquerque, and today we're going to be talking about snap kicks versus that Muay Thai style follow-through kick, because I know you use both, and you have a really good lead leg high roundhouse kick.
Thank you.
And I want to pick your brain about that a little bit.
Okay.
So when do you use the snap kick, and when do you use more of that follow-through baseball bat swing kick?
Well, my background was American Freestyle Karate, and so everything that I learned was based off of control, and point sparring is from the waist up.
Right.
So I never even knew about leg kicks until I started fighting.
Yeah.
And so I really had to, it was my trip to Thailand really when I started really, they actually made fun of my roundhouse kick.
Really?
Because it is the traditional chamber snap and chamber back.
Yeah.
And that's not Muay Thai at all.
Yeah.
You know? So basically what I've kind of broken down is when I use those thudding roundhouse kicks that you use with your shin are for the thighs and the midsection. And then when I use my foot for the more chambered, snappy roundhouse kicks is for the head. And it's because you don't necessarily need that shin thudding push to get a knockout on the head. All you need is the jarring of the brain to get the brain to hit the side of the skull and kind of short circuit that.
Yeah. I like that because it's also safety for yourself too, because when you hit with the shin, if you're throwing that very, high momentum into the kick and your hips behind it, you're not going to hyperextend your ankle. Whereas if you hit with the instep, the top of your foot, if you hit on someone's thigh or if you hit the body, it's going to hyperextend. It's going to go the opposite direction that it's supposed to go. But if you do that to the head, the neck gives, and you're going to injure them. You're not going to injure yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if anybody spars kickboxing and Muay Thai, they know what we're talking about. When you go to throw a roundhouse kick and you catch an elbow, it's the worst feeling in the world.
Yes. Okay, so let's break down that lead leg high roundhouse kick. I remember when you fought Felice, you landed this within like the first minute, and it kind of changed the tides right away. She was like, "Oh damn, I don't want any more of that." So
the cool thing about that lead leg roundhouse kick to the head is that if you practice it enough, it's just as quick as a jab. And because I was always a smaller fighter in point sparring, I always relied on my kicks. And in point sparring, when I was fighting, it was 2 points to the head. So if I could kick you twice to the head and get you another time and win the fight, then I was good to go. So I just sat back and waited for people.
First to three.
Yes.
Right.
I would just wait people to run into my kicks, really. But a lot of times when people jab, they pull this backhand back. So they're fighting and they jab and they do this.
The bow and arrow.
Yeah, the bow and arrow. And it's, I don't know, it's just out of habit, I think, to try to fully extend that. But I try to take advantage of this opening when they do that. So I will bait the jab out and I'll let them throw the jab and take a step out the same way you would slip a jab to the outside. But because I have good dexterity with my hips, I shoot my leg up and land that lead leg roundhouse kick. So you just step out. You can do it a couple times. And then the next time you do it, you just bring it up. But you have to make sure that you understand the timing of it. And
flexibility too.
Yeah, you have to have flexibility. I do think the timing is the most important, because sometimes you can throw it up, and if you're not offline, then you can throw it up, and if you're not offline, then you can jam yourself, and then they can take you down. So if I throw it up and he blocks it, and then he comes in, now I'm off balance because I'm on one foot. You have to make sure your head goes offline when you're throwing that lead leg kick.
All right, so we're going to rep a couple of these out to just take a look at timing and the actual kick itself.
All right, so again, going off the jab, so what Shane can do is just very slowly take that jab out so that I can read his body language. So just, at first, just watch your partner throw that jab out. So he's going to throw the jab a couple of times. And instead of throwing a kick, all you want to do is practice the slip. So slip, same way you would slip, slip. And this is a slip with a step outside. So my back leg is stepping outside. And I think that's kind of what's so deceiving about the kick, is because they're coming into me, they think that I'm retreating. So the step with the back leg outside, and then you want to make sure that at the very end of your kick, you're pivoting your foot so that you can open up your hips and get generate a little bit more power. So a couple slips, slip, 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 and then I'll throw the kick.
So when throwing that kick, this is more of a snap kick then, since we're going to the head and since we don't have that much of I mean, we're creating the angle, stepping out with the rear leg, but we're not getting that Muay Thai whip as much, right? It
is a snap kick because you want it to be fast. You don't want to telegraph it. It's like the difference between a straight right and like a haymaker, right? So if I'm throwing a haymaker, you can kind of see it. You're gonna step back, you know, or you're gonna block. It's the same thing with this. If you see me come in, you're probably not even gonna stand there to take the kick. You're gonna take a step back.
All right, guys, there you have it. The lead leg roundhouse kick. The last time you were on the channel was a lead leg side kick, the sliding side kick. So practice the lead leg without the windup, without the switch. Fire it off, and now just remember, take your head off the center line. You can wait for that jab, so you're slipping the jab, and then you're making them pay. You're countering with that lead kick, and this is more of a direct kick, right? It doesn't follow that circular path. Kind of goes foot. Almost a straight line right to the face.
Yeah, there's not much of an arc. I would say it's more of an angular kick, you know, right up here. And a lot of times when I throw it, I'll catch people underneath the chin because it's coming straight up.
Right. Boom. Cool. Well, there you guys have it. Practice it, and please follow Michelle. Links will be in the description below for her channel. She's got a YouTube channel. For her Instagram, we'll have all of that down below. Please support the Mom Champ here. # Mom Champ. Until then, I'm Shane, and this is Michelle. Fight Tips for the underdogs.